my beat up clothes all hanging out the window, smiling away. Smoking on some dough where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke that dough. Yeah, like Rolling Stone. Yeah, I love Rolling Stone. Smoke rolling around the cab with the dome light on, looking like a stage full in a skinny song. Hanging out with Mary Jane Bush, making the time go slow. Making memories with my buddies through the thick green smoke, puff passing out the windows of my old Tahoe. Lifted so damn high, I can't come down. Driving under the speed limit in my town. Hear the windows roll down and the radio. Sweet tea full in my soul of gold. Listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert out my Peter. All ringing
The one good thing about working for myself is I can call an audible. I seen something on Facebook, I didn't pay attention. It's 7:20 p.m. and that freeway is about to be a parking lot right there. I'm not fucking going right now. Try again in a little while. What the fuck is going on up there? Oh yeah, that's a no-go. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go this way. There's another way to get there. Just get it over with. God, traffic around here is absolutely... it's crazy. I used to work at this place right here. It wasn't as big when I worked here, but DJ's Bingo. DJ's Bingo and Gaming. Actually, my second job ever was there. When I was 16, I sold fireworks for the owner. I started working. Dropped out of college and started working at a bingo hall. Alright, enough of this. Anybody in the chat? Super smoky today. I don't know what's going on. There's an area up here though, kind of by where I sell at. I swear, it's like domestic terrorism. Something's going on. Bridges keep getting hit. How often do you hear about a bridge getting struck? You know, bridges, overpasses have been around since the fucking beginning of time. Trucks are built, you know, not to hit bridges. Buses are built not to hit bridges. Now all of a sudden, in one area, all these bridges are getting hit. Or they have to shut them down for one reason or another. But 2 bridges in the last month have been hit in the same area, completely shutting down traffic until further notice. Project DARPA was it's weird how it happens. It's so predictable. I knew somebody would tell me that. Past couple months, came in mid conversation. That's all I heard. Yeah, we have bridge strikes. There was one DARPA that it connects. The first thing, somebody like a couple bridges under construction, or like they found a crack or something like that. But then you've got a small town that, the road, there's a bridge, like it's the lifeline to get from one town to the next. And some mysterious person, and they never said who it was that did it. Apparently it was, am I going the right way? Like a vacuum. This is like a vacuum truck or something. That's what somebody from the fire department said. A hydraulic failure. But it was one of those green metal bridges, and it damaged there's 7 like cross beams on the top, and it hit every single one of them and like bent it. And then just now, right before I left, on Facebook, somewhere in that area, there was another bridge strike. And there's been like 2 or 3 other bridge closures in between that. So like, really have worked from Buckley to Enumclaw, and they used to be able to close that bridge. Would take them, like 5 minutes. Now it's a 38-mile detour to get there, and there's a lot of people that have to make that trip, and then they got to go all the way back. And now they're making it possible for these guys. It's like domestic. They're doing, I don't know if you. Is hard state like here, but Washington State, I swear our governor Bob Ferguson is like, he's purposely sabotaged, so he, and it kind of sounds far-fetched, but nothing is like off the table these days. These guys are just, they'll do anything to get their way. Yeah, and so it's wild. But yeah, that I didn't really see. I don't know the area too well where they're talking about this next one, but I think it was. Hold on a sec. Let me go to Facebook, see if I can find it. I found it already, but it doesn't say. That was the wrong one. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. There was definitely another bridge strike. I better not look at it now. How can that even be? How can that even be possible? You know what I mean? You can't say it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely, especially when you're saying it's happening over there too. It's not somebody, and then you have the foreigners, the Indians are, with their semi-trucks. So is it them? This cannot be on accident. Am I breaking up? Dang it. Let me bring the camera over here, see if that helps. Can you hear me better from this angle, DARPA? Sweet tea, hello, hello. I don't always break up. I was just breaking up a little at that point. Okay, thank you. I was like, damn it, because I'm streaming from my GoPro, but when I do talk in my phone on a live, for whatever reason, it crackles up. Sweet Tea, hello, hello. Sweet Tea, I don't know if you know the Enumclaw Buckley area, but the Buckley Bridge to Enumclaw was hit by something a while back, so it's been closed ever since. And just tonight, there's been another bridge strike. Like, I don't know exactly where it is, I have to look it up. All these bridges are getting hit and closed down over here, and then Project DARPA tells me that it's happening in Pennsylvania. So, I don't get it. They're taking out all our bridges, and then once we get attacked, we're not going to be able to get out. We're not going to be able to escape. This is a dangerous stretch of road right here, so I can't look at the chat for a second. Yep. Yeah, no, my buddy was a semi-truck driver. And I went road tripping with him one time because he got a brand new semi-truck. So I figured I'd come cruise with them we went for like 2 weeks. I seen 10 different states. And I swear you see the weirdest shit when you're on the trucking routes. You know, some of those trucks have triple bunk beds, and it's 3 African guys in dresses. And I kid you not, they're all wearing like a red dress. Not like a woman's dress, but like some type of African dress. 3 of them with triple bunk beds. Like I guess they don't never stop. I don't even know why they were at the truck stop. Clear right now. I think it was a signal issue. Oh yeah, more than likely. What apples are best with caramel? Well, I use 2 different, well I use more than that, but my main 2 that I use are Granny Smith and Honeycrisp. And Granny Smith is, you know, a tart apple. So if I, you know, and I mix it up, but when I offer those 2, I tell people, like, well, which one is better, or which one, you know, what's the difference? I'm like, well, the Granny Smith is more tart, so, you know, for the apples that have more sweeter stuff on them, like if they're rolled in Fruity Pebbles or Oreo or cinnamon and sugar with pecans and white chocolate, you might want to go with the Granny Smith. If you're just going with plain caramel or with peanuts, something like that, you might want to go with a Honeycrisp. I'll say something like that. But those are the 2 best apples to go with, in my opinion, Sweet Tea. Unless you're going to go with like a high-end apple. But if you're going with grocery store apples, like, you know, the least ones you don't want to use are the red ones and Golden Delicious. Okay. Now, and if you're gonna do regular caramel, remember you have to take the wax off. And the way I do that is boil water for 8 seconds. Boil water, dip the apple in there for 8 seconds. And then dip it into an ice water bath and rub all the wax off. You'll see it once you put it in the cold water. Because if you don't get the wax off, the caramel's not going to stick. Now, if you're doing dulce leggera, you don't have to get the caramel off, or you don't have to get the wax off. Operation UF infrastructure. You already know, DARPA. Yep. It's got to be something. I mean, I already seen people talking about this months ago, or right when this first happened. What happens if Mount Rainier blows up? How are we going to get out? That's what they were saying. And now for this latest bridge, they're saying this can't be real. Like, people are in disbelief. So now, I mean, the conspiracy theories are going to fly now. And it's not a conspiracy theory. Somebody is absolutely targeting our infrastructure, which is scary, because that means something's coming down the pipe. Some type of invasion, some type of natural disaster. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be huge if they're ruining bridges across the country. Because I guarantee you, we could talk to somebody else and they're going to say the same thing. You know, it may not be in every state, but if it's happening in Pennsylvania and Washington, I can see that there's other places like, and you know, I'm 52 years old. I lived in the same area basically my whole life. You know, it's not like, you know, it's not like something that happens normally, right? Vehicles are, you know, specifically designed not to hit bridges and overpasses. You know, I like sour apples for the contrast with the sweet. Yeah. Yep, the Granny Smith, that's the number one. Granny Smith, and right now for me, Granny Smith are $1 a pound. Honey Crisp are $1.80 or $1.88 a pound. That's what I pay. I just bought both today. It's game on for apples for me right now. I've been just kind of, I don't want to go too fast too soon, and I wanted to make sure that I got everything locked in. And I just got confirmation today that I'm in the Haunted Forest, I think, for all the dates. I got worried because some of the other vendors were telling me that they got told they could only do like 3 or 4 dates for the Haunted Forest. And I told them, well, I said I was told I could just pick whichever days I want. And they were like, yeah, we were told that too. And then we got a list of, well, she just contacted me today. I hadn't heard from her all week. So, but I was also the only one, and she probably asked other people to come out to a car show in the middle of the summer, which I made no money, but at least I showed up. And so that could be why I'm getting all the events. I don't know. So the first one is this Saturday. And then I got a call from the lady that's doing this other event on October 25th, which is already spent over $150 on caramel, which I'm gonna have to probably buy triple that by the time I'm done. When I was dipping regular caramel apples, which it kills my wrist, my carpal tunnel arthritis cannot handle regular caramel dipping, because I do hundreds and hundreds of apples. I mean, I had to order one time apples, which, you know, that's wrist hurting. Anyway, I could order like nacho size, 10 size of caramel, and I would buy a 6-pack online from, that's what I did for web, and I actually still have it for leggera, you know, it's the size of evaporated milk, and I use 4 cans that 30 apples. So, you know, I'm going through at least a couple hundred apples a week in October. Hello, you. Stop. See ya. Speaking out, drop caramel out. And some free apples.